Hey, KIC? Okay. Told you I was gonna do this. See if I can do this. They steady be asking while reading the Bible, like, man, who is you to come over and put me all under control? Living these curses day and night, no max. Now my spirit is slow.
Right? But you brothers are turning your back. Remember this day, you turned your back.
The Bible, I buried my stick and then picked up a script.
We need to be saved from the people that hate us. We are haters.
We estimated and you can't wait.
Because they fear of the uprising of our people. They fear that. You want to know why? Because there's power within the black race.
Put in a call for war, you best believe you already know I'm a slide.
We give this sense because everybody don't know the mysteries of God.
Black as the cold, but boy, ain't no way you can hide. Man, I'm God's son, ain't no need for no idol.
Osteen on Creflo Dollar was out here right now. He be right here trying to get him some money.
See him 10 toes, planted feeling like David. Computer prophets, man, they steady be right.
Now we'll do good, because that's what you did, that's a good thing. Evil is present with you, though you can't see it.
In league of our own, we ain't.
But you don't know who wrote them.
This is the Bible. We reading the Holy Bible since we ain't reading books.
I want to show you something here real quick. Like me, right? I'm gonna show y'all something over on the tribe list. So you see this tribe of Gad, right? That's the tribe I am. My people is so-called Native Americans. Just like his people is so-called Native Americans, his is too of the tribe of Issachar. Okay. All right. So during, you see this right here, right? I got to bring this up, and I want to bring this up right here. Lift that up right there for me. So when the white man came over here, right? When the white man came and got our people over there from the west coast of Africa, right? They forced this. This is what happened. They sold the blacks and the slaves into slavery. And the conquistadors, right? The white man came from Spain, from Italy, from Portugal, and all that. The conquistador just means conquerors in Spanish, okay? When the conquerors came and they put his people, my people, they put us all in slavery, okay? Why? Because we broke God's commandments. But I want to show you that we all fit the same curses. Think about why we live in the same neighborhoods. You go to California, you go to Chicago, you go to Texas, New York. Who you see in the ghetto slums in the project? What people you see? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's
always that, okay? And because you can go to Mexico, there's some dark skin, there's some so-called Mexicans who are dark, ain't got nappy hair and woolly hair, same thing. You know what I'm saying? But we the same people, okay? Because we come from Jacob. All right. So I want to show you. Give me 2 Corinthians 11 and 4.
Bring it on.
That verse real quick. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. I'm gonna show you. You can drop this right here. I'm gonna show you how this image here, this right here came on us through this right here, right? Through this sign. So whatever your slave master was, right? If your slave master was the Baptist, right? Most likely most Southern blacks, right, are Baptists, right? So look at 1608. What was going on during the time of 1608? What was going on? We was in slavery, right? Right. So you got Catholicism. All this comes from Catholicism, okay? Different factors and faction of Catholicism, which became Christianity, okay? So all these are what you call man-made religions, okay? This wasn't given. God never gave us religion. He gave you law, statutes, and commandments to live by. So when the white man came, he forced this on a lot of our people. If he was a Mormon, like he said, hey, it came from Joseph Smith. If you was a Seventh-day Adventist, it came from a female named Ellen G. White, okay? If you was a Jehovah's Witness, you see all these different churches. Charles T. Russell, Pentecostal church, right? This named after a high holy day, but they don't know nothing about Pentecost. This came from Charles Perham, right? And I'm not gonna, I could touch on this. Our people that's in the Nation of Islam, it came from a white man.
Right.
Dude, his name is something Ford. Then you got Rastafarian. Our people just went off into all type of idolatry. But read what you got.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus.
So who came and preached this Jesus right here? Who came and preached this Jesus throughout the whole earth? Somebody came over here and preached the so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, right? Today, they forced this on us. Look, I'm gonna show you some stuff right here. You see this? Look at these atrocities. When they came over, the conquistadors came over on these ships. They came over like they came in peace. Look what they did right here. Look, they took the so-called Mexicans, who were the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, the Native Americans, all of them. Look how they came. They came with the cross, and they put this in here. They told him, if you don't worship this cross or that white image, we're gonna burn you. He said the guy said, I'd rather die. He said, if this is heaven, he said, I'd rather die. I'd rather burn in hell. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows those people were the devil the Bible speak of. So they came like that. Look what they did to the native. They hung and burned them from the feet and hung them, killed them, took the babies, slammed the babies against the rocks. If your wife was pregnant, they came and cut the baby out of the stomach, out of the womb, and stomped the baby, sick the dogs on the baby. Everything you can imagine, every bad thing you can imagine happened to all our people, us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today. Friend, read that from the top.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus.
Remember, the white man, the conquistador, he came preached the Caucasian image, the El Blanco. He came and taught that image to us, because we didn't know this image right here. We all had the Bible. We knew Christ looked something like that. We're not saying that's Jesus the Christ, but he looks more like that if you paint a picture. Like if somebody commit a crime, like, can you give me a sketch? Can you describe how he look? That's a description. Read.
2 Corinthians 11 and 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached,
because our forefathers didn't preach about a Caucasian image.
Or if ye receive another spirit,
we receive another spirit, right? Because what are these different spirits? All these man-made religions. You received this spirit. This was beat on us. We was killed if we didn't worship that image right there. Read.
For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel.
Another gospel is a good news.
Which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
So we teaching you, we showing you the truth, and you decide that I'm still going to be a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm still going to be a Baptist. I'm still going to call myself Negro. I'm still going to be Catholicism. I'm still going to call myself Mexican. Because, hey, that means you're going to burn when Most High sent Christ back with the angels. He's going to destroy you. He's not coming to save Christ. Look, on this sign right here, Christ, he's not coming to save American blacks, West Indian blacks, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Guatemala to Panama, American Indians, Seminole, the Colombia to Uruguay, Mexico, Argentina, and you got over here the Israelites that are scattered throughout the other four corners of the earth. He said, I'm coming to save these people right here. That's these names right here: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, Naphtali. He said, I'm coming to save them. That's who we got to come back and classify our name as, okay? You got to come back to your biblical nationality, okay? Biblical nationality, that's what you got to come back to. You can no longer call yourself what the white man gave you, because when he destroyed us, that's when we start calling ourselves, going off a different name. Read.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
You might as well, you're going to get ready, you're going to die with him when Christ comes, because he's going to come with, they're going to set off them thermonuclear bombs. They didn't build those bombs just to sit under a bunker or sit somewhere. They're going to be used, okay? They're going to try to attack Christ, because Christ will come from the sky. Think about all these movies you watch, right? You watch all these movies, they always show something about an invasion going to happen. Christ said, I'm going to invade them with my troops. You know, somebody got that scripture for me? He said, I'm going to come to invade. Give me Habakkuk real quick. Watch this right here. Those so-called, what you see UFOs in the sky, those are chariots. That's what the angels ride in, okay? That's what, you gotta remember, he said the same clouds that he's gonna leave with, that he's gonna come back in the same like manner also with those same clouds. The clouds we're talking about, chariots, okay? talking about they spin like a whirlwind. The Bible identifies what they are. The white man keep us asleep, and we think we look at it, we think it's some alien, but that's not no alien. That's your redemption. That's Christ, the angels, and the Most High God. Okay. 3:16. Watch this right here.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice.
Hear that? He said when he heard this thing, he was scared. He said, hey, because he seen a vision of what's going to take place when Christ come back with the angels, okay? With the chariots, read.
When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble.
So this is, you know, he said, hey, I want to be dead, but when the time Christ come back, I don't want to see that the destruction happen. Okay, it's gonna be hectic. You don't want to see that. It's gonna be real scary. Read.
When he cometh up unto the people,
when Christ cometh up with the people, how he gonna come?
He will invade them with his troops.
He said, I'm going to invade the United States of America. This place here is Babylon the Great, okay? That's what you read about in Revelation. America is Babylon the Great. Europe is part of Babylon the Great, okay? That's what that's going into. So now, it said he's gonna invade them. Was there more to it? That was it with that? Okay, so I'm gonna touch on something real quick. You said Christ, so do you understand Christ had a flesh? Christ walked here on the earth, right? Because John the Baptist had to recognize Christ, right? So Christ had a nationality.
Bring it out.
Okay. So give me Hebrews 7:14. Christ had a nationality, right? So I just want to make sure we prove that everybody understands what's going on. I don't want nobody to be lost. I want you to know. So when you leave, because you ain't gonna hear this in your churches. The churches, their job is to keep you asleep. Your job is to stay asleep and keep giving them money. Okay? We're gonna teach you for free. We want you to wake. We want you to get the kingdom. I want to see your daughter get the kingdom. I want to see your wife get the kingdom. You know, whomever else that wakes up, we want to see them get the kingdom. Read what you got.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident.
It's evident meaning proof, right? You gotta have proof when you go to the courtroom. You gotta have evidence.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
It is evidence that Christ sprang from the tribe of Judah, okay? So Christ will look like the so-called American black. He will look like that, okay? Read.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning the priesthood.
Right, because all the priests came from the tribe of Levi. Levi today is your so-called Haitians today. The people in the island of Haiti that speak French, that Creole or whatever, those are your Levites, okay? The ones that you see on the islands, Jamaica and things of that nature, the Virgin Islands, those are the tribe of Benjamin, okay? The Puerto Ricans, they're the tribe of Ephraim, okay? They were the head tribe of the Northern Kingdom. There was a split. But let me show, I want y'all to come here real close. I want to show you guys how you guys came over here. Give me that, you know what I want, in 2 Ezra 13 and 40. So I want to ask you, how did the Mexicans, the Native Americans, and how did they come over here? How did they come over here on this side of the earth? How did they come over here? I mean, I'm talking about like, because they was already over here. How did they come over here initially? How was the Aztecs here? How was the Incas here? How was the Mayans here? What way of transfer? How did they get over here to the Americas? You said the white, and I'm talking about, that's the white man brought the Southern Kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They brought them over on slave ships. Now, when the Northern Kingdom, the majority of them, some of them did get brought over in slavery, but the majority of them was already here. Right. How was they here? Because we got to think about it. In school, they said we came over through the Bering Strait, right? That you came over through, what is it, from Asia, from up there, Russia, all the way over to Alaska, where it's real cold at, where they call it the Bering Strait. You can't walk over there. It's 40, 50 degrees below zero. And nobody's walking over there. It's too cold. You'll freeze to death. Can't no ships go up through there. That's what happened to the Titanic. It hit a big iceberg and it sank. But this is how we came over here. The so-called Native Americans and the Hispanics came over this way. Watch this.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this?
Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Second Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Josiah, the king.
All right, so now this is going into a time of history. So you see on the sign right here, right? It said those are the 10 tribes, right? The 10 tribes is talking about Ephraim all the way down to Naphtali. All of them make up the 10 tribes of Israel, okay? The other 3 tribes were the Jews. So you had the kingdom of Judah and you had the kingdom of Israel, okay? So there was a split that happened from Solomon's son Rehoboam, okay? So Rehoboam took 3 tribes, the other 10 tribes went with another person that was against Solomon, which was, his name was called Jeroboam, okay? He was Ephraim, he was the first northern kingdom king of Israel. So now watch this right here. So during the time of Hosea, right? Hosea was the king of the northern kingdom of Israel, okay? During his time in Israel, he's the last king that ruled before the northern kingdom went into captivity. So watch this, read it from the top.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar the king.
So now it says Salmanasar the king. Salmanasar is an Assyrian king. Assyria today is what you would call the northern part of Iraq, okay? Where you see the people from Turkey or the Turks. That's up there, the northern part of Iraq, okay? Because Nineveh it was the capital city of Assyria. The ruins is in what you call Mosul, Iraq today. Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar the king of Assyria led away captive.
He took them captive because they went off into idolatry, right here. They started worshiping objects and things of that nature. Read right where you left off at.
In the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters.
So now he carried them over the waters, right? So now they took them on foot. Our forefathers, we was in slavery. We went off, so we went on foot, walking from Israel to northern part of Iraq, okay? So we on foot. He said he carried us over the water, took us over the Jordan River, the Tigris, Euphrates River, okay? That's what it's going into in Mesopotamia today. Read.
And so came they into another land, but they took counsel among themselves.
So now during the time, because now this is a history right here. So now after the Syrian captivity, you had the Babylonian captivity. During the Babylonian captivity, that's when Judah, Benjamin, and Levi got taken into slavery by what's his name, King Nebuchadnezzar, okay? King Nebuchadnezzar took them and he conquered Assyria, okay? And he had all 12 tribes in amongst his rulership, okay? They were slaves there. Now, in the process of time, guess what? The Persian and Mede came and took over. They conquered Babylon, okay? The Persian and Mede, which is today your East Indians, okay? The East Indian people, they were ruling at one time, and we were all under that captivity. So now, during the time of King Cyrus and him, he wrote a decree that, hey, I'm gonna let the Israelites go free. I'm gonna let them go back and build Jerusalem, okay? So he's free to let Israel go. But during the time when he let Israel go, the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, they said, we're gonna take counsel. We're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna speak. And we want to go to a further country where never mankind dwelt. You gotta remember, see the map right here? Everybody lived on this side of the earth. Remember, on this side right here, everybody lived here. Nobody lived on this side of the earth, okay? So they said, we're gonna take counsel, we're gonna try to go over here. Because we already knew about this. The white man didn't know. Remember, the white man thought the earth was flat. You know what I'm saying? But they said, we're gonna go over here where nobody can mess with. We can keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
2 Esdras 13, verse 41. But they took counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Right, read.
And they entered into the Euphrates.
So now they're showing you the route that they took. So if I had a bigger map, I'll show you. The Euphrates and the Tigris River runs down through Iraq today, okay? Both of them run parallel up north and south. And it runs you down to Kuwait, dumps you out into the Persian Gulf. So they came this way right here, look. So This is Iraq right here. Boom, they came around. Boom, they sailed all the way through the Persian, what do you call it? Right, the body of water I'm looking at right here. Okay, so they came out of here, then they sailed all the way through here, and came all the way. They made stops, you know what I'm saying? They had to get food, they made stops, and they came around. Watch this real quick, I'm gonna be done. I'm almost done, I'm gonna let you go over this right here, read.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them.
So the Most High showed signs. You know how he showed signs? Issachar could read the constellation of the stars. Issachar had that gift from the Most High of traveler to navigate. Okay, so that Issachar was able to show them how to get to the side of the earth. So the Most High was showing signs in order for us to come over here. Read.
For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood.
Because these waters here are very, it's choppy and stuff. So he held still the flood so they could easily sail through. You know what I'm saying? They all they had was sailboats. Read.
Till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years.
So it took them 1.5 years to come from here to sail all the way over here. They came up from the bottom and dropped people off. They said, we're gonna drop you off in this island. If you get over here on this side of the country, this tribe come over here. Read.
And the same region is called Arsarid.
See that? Today, that same region, somebody pull that up for me about Arsarid. So that same region today, which is North America, Central America, and South America, and the Caribbean islands, that's called Arsarid. That's what God called it. It wasn't called America. It got named America after a Roman navigator called Amerigo Vespucci. He named America, okay, just like Africa. He named a Roman general, Leo Scipio Africanus, when he conquered Hannibal during the Second Punic Wars, he named that land after his name, okay? It was called the land of Ham, all right? You got that for me? Somebody got that? All right, he's looking it up. So Arsarid, why he's pulling that up? Christopher Columbus, when he came over here, Christopher Colombo, right? When he came over here, he found out where we was at. Because remember, during that time, everybody thought the earth was flat. They thought you sail over here, you'll fall off the earth. So he used the Bible, the same scripture that we use, in order to make his way through here. Okay, watch this right here. You got that for me? Read that right there. Yes, sir. You got part time. Watch this.
Arsarid, this is the land to which the 10 tribes were deported. It is described as another land, lying 1.5 years' journey beyond the river, i.e. the Euphrates. It probably answers to the Hebrew Eretz Archarid. In Josephus' time, the people were still believed to be in their own countless numbers.
Watch this right here. Here it is right here. What is it?
It says, Columbus identified America with this land.
See that? When Christopher Columbus came here, he wasn't looking for India. They knew to come over here to come get. Most High put the spirit on him to come and punish us because we broke God's commandment. We didn't want to do what he told us to do. He said, okay, now I'm gonna bring your enemy against you.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.